If you frequently troll and engage in internet fights with random strangers, congratulations on your insanity. Here's a guide for everyone else. So this is based on Aaliyah Stearns, a writer, produced ways that you could live your best life and avoid internet fights, because we've all done it. We've all, if we're not the instigator, if we're kind of normalish, rational people, we've been suckered into these fights before. I know I have, and I know I need to stop. Actually, I've done a really good job of stopping, but it's something we're all at least partially guilty of, you know, and it just doesn't lead anywhere. It's just bickering back and forth. It's a waste of everyone's time, or maybe your time. Your time is valuable. You need to remember that. And that's so here are some simple steps to living a better life and avoiding all of this nonsense. So one thing you need to know is that there's no satisfaction in defeating someone who's exceptionally stupid. And that is something that comes up often in these fights is, you know, maybe this other person doesn't have the same debate skills, let's say, as you do. And there's no satisfaction in doing that. Why do this? Why?
Or they don't get sarcasm.
Yeah.
They don't get irony.
Yeah. There's also, secondly, something to think about is why? Why do this at all? What is your motivation for doing this? Are you trying to right a wrong? Are you trying to set people straight? Are you trying to prove a point? Do you just want to fight? If you just want to fight, that's the only reason why I could think of to do this. Because if you want to be a voice for change, I suggest using a platform that lots of people will see instead of just one dummy.
Yep.
Yeah, so maybe go write a think piece or shoot a video, then share it publicly. But yeah, just engaging in one person and doing the fight back and forth. It's just like, this is one of the most futile things you could do.
I mean, it's one of those things where I have become careful about picking my battles. And if it's just someone who clearly just wants to fight, then I'm not going to engage in it. Like, at most, I'll be very polite and like, thank you for looking at my article or whatever the hell you are looking at. You know, I appreciate the hit later. And that's kind of it. Some of them, if they're attacking someone else or like a group or something, it depends on like what are they actually saying, and again, who are they saying this to? That mute and block buttons on Twitter are so handy.
I'm gonna say mute. Mute is better. Let people scream into the void.
There you go.
I mean, like, there's a difference between trolling and actual criticism. I'll take actual criticism, but if it starts with, "Hey, you dumb bitch," I've tuned you out already. It's done.
Yeah.
And on that note. The third step to this is to value your own time. Your time has value. Your happiness has value. Your sanity has value. And it's probably worth more than one crazy wanting to fight pugnacious troll. And another tip listed by Aaliyah Stearns is to be comfortable with not having the last word.
This is something that I think a lot of us struggle with.
Yes. This is the thing that pulls you back again and again, and you can even say, "I'm done talking to you," and then you'll still be pulled back after
it's
that.
Like, and then they'll say like, "Well, I guess I won the argument then," and a lot of us will have that impulse of like, "No, you didn't win the argument. How dare you?" And it's just no. But
this is the hardest one to learn.
Yeah.
But you gotta be the bigger person.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if they think they won the argument; they're still dumb.
The winner of the argument, and this is important, is not the loudest person, and is not the person to speak last. Only they think that. So just be the bigger person and forget about it. Just move on with your time. And if you must respond, be hilarious. That's what I say.
Don't be Walter from The Big Lebowski. Who is like Walter from The Big Lebowski was the biggest last word jerk in the world, which is hilarious when you're not talking to him. It's hilarious to watch as a moviegoer, but the poor dude.
Yeah. So yeah, my next thing was just like, if you're gonna respond, you don't need to write a diatribe. Just write something clever, cutting, short. It's easy. It's done. It does show that you're above this, especially if it's that kind of fight. Another tip: don't be so smug. Which is, you know, maybe you have a PhD, maybe you're in Mensa, maybe you're a professor, maybe you're a teacher. You don't need to bring that up. People will hate you for it.
And people with good credentials can also be wrong.
That's true.
Or can phrase something differently. We had a guy who was a brain surgeon also claim that pyramids stuffed grain. You know,
yes, I remember that campaign.
Very good brain surgeon really dumb with a lot of other stuff
Well,
and general life.
It doesn't mean like I'm better than you because I have this degree, and you
Right.
should never. If you are better than people, you will speak for yourself. You don't have
Yeah.
to state it over and over
Yeah.
again.
The actions prove it.
Or that you're smarter than people, rather. So, and lastly, this is another one, a hard step. Just walk away. Just be fine with it.
Yeah. I mean, that goes with last word.
You can be done with this, and it'll be fine, and you'll be still living your best life. Not worrying about things that don't essentially matter. What I'm not saying, though, and I want to be clear, is just agree with everyone, be milquetoast. If you have something to say and you have a point of view, you say it, but do it in the most effective way you possibly can. And that is what I'm saying with this list, at least. With that note, I'm going to ask you to leave some comments on this story. Do that below, and please like and subscribe for more.